Hello, Eagle fans. This is Calvin Barnes from the NCCU Sports Network. Welcome to a new series called Where Are They Now, where we interview former student athletes and see how they're doing post-NCCU. Joining me today from the softball program is Courtney Mirabella. Courtney was 2018 NCCU Female Athlete of the Year. She's also first Team All-MEAC. In 2018, she led the conference in opposing batting average, wins, and strikeouts, with 306, which is still a school record. These are just only a few of her many accomplishments she has here at NCCU. Courtney, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Thank you. I'm super excited to catch up with you. First things first, how's this whole quarantine stuff, how has it been with you?
It's going good. So, I'm hanging out in Florida, back at my parents' house for a little bit. The whole family's here, so it's definitely busy. But yeah, it's been nice, just enjoying good quality family time. Just the world's kind of slowing down a little bit. We had to take a step back. So just trying to appreciate, the time we have with our family and not having to be out and do anything crazy. So
for the people who may not know about you, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
So I'm from Bradenton, Florida, born and raised. I actually started my college career with softball at North Carolina State University. I played my first 3 years there. I didn't play my senior year. I decided to just focus on my degree and graduated. And then from there, I kind of reached out to Coach Johnson at Central and was like, hey, I'm kind of interested in playing again, potentially, getting my master's. So I played my graduate year at North Carolina Central, which was by far my favorite year, to throw that in there. But yeah, I was a pitcher. So yeah, it's a little quick background on me.
Since graduated from NCCU, what have you been up to?
Okay, so right when I was done with Central, I actually went to Italy. So I was in Parma, Italy for, I think it was around 9 months or so. But I got a chance to play professional softball out there with Team Collecchio. So that was my first experience after college. Italy was amazing. I lived in kind of a small little cute town that was like super fun, and everyone kind of knew each other. They loved the American girls. They were like, oh, we would come in the coffee shop. Our guy would be like, my American girls. So it was a fun experience. It was just learning their culture and living in a different, country completely was awesome. Softball wise, our team was really good. I think I broke a record there as well. I got 100 strikeouts. So that was really exciting. It was cool to, in the same year, go from doing 300 at Central to 100 in Italy. So I made a lot of great friends. I still keep in contact with them. So that was an awesome experience. I stopped playing because I actually got hired with the Cleveland Cavaliers. While I was in Italy, I did actually Zoom interviews pretty much and got hired through that. So I moved over to Ohio and was working as an account executive kind of in the sales department, basically season tickets. And that was a grind. If you're in working sports, just know it's going to be a grind. So much more than even being a student athlete. So it was fun though. It was a good experience. I worked all the NBA games. This was post LeBron, so it wasn't as exciting. But so then I decided that I didn't think sales was really for me. It was just a lot, the hours and pay was and all that. And I was like, I'm going to make a move. I kind of want to get back to Florida. So I actually got hired with PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is a huge finance firm in Tampa. And I work in the HRSSC, which is basically the HR department. I'm a deployment specialist. So it's more like a quick recap of it is more of a digital HR. So more like hiring, staffing, and the stuff in the backside of the system. So, and that's where I'm at today, and I really like it. I'm back here in Florida, at the sun.
Let's kind of take a step back, after you graduated from NCCU and you got to Italy. Talk to us a little bit about that process, because I don't think a lot of people really truly know the process of going professional, especially going overseas. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So mine was a little unique. So actually the Italian national team had reached out to Coach Johnson and basically was straight up like, is she Italian? And I guess they had noticed my last name, and they said they had been following me a little bit since NC State and kind of kept track of me because they watched some American players. And they had reached out to him and was like, I got the text. I remember it was 9 o'clock at night, and I get a text from Coach Johnson. I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do? I'm in trouble. I don't know why I instantly thought that, but I was nervous. And it just said, are you Italian? And I was like, yeah, my family is. So he was like, okay, cool. You're going to go to Italy after this. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so we just had the conversation. Then he was like, yeah, they want you to come play over there, potentially be on the national team. Mainly they look for American girls to come over there that could hopefully get dual citizenship and, try out for the national team and participate in that. So But each pro team over there has 2 American girls, and the rules are changing a little bit. But when I was there, it was 2 per team. So I got selected to play on Team Colecchio over there, and got in contact with my manager out there. His name is Maori. He's amazing. He was just really sweet, and he was like a little second dad over there. So that's how I got connected with it. I know a lot of players' experiences are completely different. I think mine was probably unique, but yeah, it was a really good time. So still kind of in contact with them. Potentials to go back next year. There was talk about the Olympics this year. I'm still trying to get my dual citizenship, but when the Olympics and everything got pushed, all that obviously got put on hold. So we're just waiting to see what happens next year. Just staying in shape and hopefully maybe play in the Olympics.
Hey, and we will be waiting for you. We would love to see that. And if there's any chance of us to get like some video stuff, I would love just to see like the Olympic experience, because I heard so many stories about it. It's crazy. And to see one of our former student athletes do it, and again, like you
Yes.
went over to Italy and crushed it. You're doing amazing things. With the
I would definitely rep Central if I was there for sure.
Yes. That's what we love to see. We love to hear that. So you were talking about, because Coach Johnson asked you were you Italian, and you said Italian. So do you feel like your transition going to Italy was just so much smoother than anybody else? Like, did you have any? I know you said you had like American teammates. Was it like they kind of looked at you to kind of like help us out with some of the language barriers and stuff over there in Italy?
Well, it's actually funny. So my roommate, because this was our other American girl, she was like blonde, pale, blue eyes, and she stood out like a sore thumb in Italy. Like everywhere we would go, like travel and stuff, people would look at me and think I was, okay, you kind of fit in. But I didn't speak Italian either. I mean, I learned a little bit while I was over there, probably enough to like order a coffee, but that was about it. But a lot of my teammates actually spoke English, like our shortstop and my catcher, so that was nice. So the language barrier wasn't too bad, but I definitely did have to learn a little bit to get around and travel and be able to order my pizza every day. So
I was gonna say the pizza's probably way better over there than it is in the United States.
Just all the food is just amazing. Gelato every day, pizza every day.
So what would you say would be, let's say, a couple like big differences from Italy compared to the United States?
One that probably was my favorite difference is just that they don't stress social media and everything like we do here. Like even the younger crowd, like, my teammates, and I made friends with some of, like, we had a close baseball team. They were all around my age, 20 to 24-ish, whatever. And they're just, they have like social media, but it's not how I feel like in America, it's so much pressure to, be big on social media and look a certain way and act a certain way. Over there, there's so much more carefree about, how they look, how they act. And it's just more like natural and just, I don't know, it's a better, like, it's just a more comfortable vibe. There's way less pressure socially. That's one thing that I noticed I appreciated while I was there that I definitely missed. And then like when you go out to eat, it's like a 4 or 5 hour event of socializing and like 6 courses of food. Here it's like, oh, we're going to go get a quick 45-minute dinner. No, there, if you're going to dinner, you're going to be there a while. So, but it was cool. It was nice. You got to really get to know people and hang out and appreciate company of others rather than being on your phone 24/7. So that's probably one huge difference over there.
So what would you say would be your favorite in-game moment when you were in Italy?
I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't get to hit at NC State. There's a lot of their pitchers didn't hit. I got to hit at Central, and that was cool. My last at bat, I actually hit like a off the wall double, and I had been practicing so hard to hit a home run because I never got a home run at Central or in Italy. But my last at bat, it literally hit like the top of the fence, and it was a big field too. And I was like, if we were on a normal field, that would have been my home run. And I was so excited because I knew it was probably my last game, like during season, and I knew I probably was going to play next year. So it was just, that was definitely the most exciting moment to me, was because it was something I wasn't used to. Like I had pitched, I have had, the wins and everything, and all those moments are amazing. I would never pass those up, but just that one hitting moment was just so exciting to me because I was like, yes, I almost had my home run.
So you was in Italy, you was doing it, and then like you said, you went to end up working with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So how did that work out? And like you said, you were kind of zooming it up kind of before everybody else in the world was. So talk to us about that early process of still being in Italy, but also working with the Cleveland Cavaliers as well.
Yeah. So when I was over there, I was like, I wanted to keep my options open. I've always been a big person on that, always have a second plan or, what you're going to do next. So my shoulder had started bothering me pretty bad towards the end of season. That's when I was kind of like, I don't know what next year is going to look like. I want to make sure I have, let me try to put this degree that I worked for to use. So my degree was in sport management, by the way. So I just started applying on Teamworks to I wanted to work for a professional team. That was probably my dream, my whole life. I always wanted to work for the NBA or the NFL. So I just started applying across the board, and probably some stuff that was way out of my leagues. But it's just seeing what was out there, and I applied on NCAA.com to colleges, and and then I just had a couple interviews with different people. I had some with Jacksonville Jaguars and the Rays, and I don't know, the Cavaliers just really stuck out to me as a family environment, and I had a really good connection with the manager when we spoke, and I just thought it would be a good move, and it was something that could be career building, and I didn't really want to pass that up. I was like, this could be cool. I'm going to work for an NBA team. So that's how it worked for me. And like I said, I was in Italy when we did the interview. So he was like, wow, this is kind of, I think having the pro softball thing kind of helped me out a little there. So, but yeah, and then I just went for it and was like, you know what, make a move. So always be willing to move around. You never know what opportunities are going to come.
And like you said, this was post LeBron, so it wasn't like you got a chance to really work with them. But whenever they came and played the Cavaliers, was you able to get a chance to actually see them and maybe meet them?
I didn't get to meet him because they're when he comes, it's they block off everything. Even the staff can't get near him. It's kind of a big deal. But I did get to see him play. I got to see a lot of, pretty much the whole season of different teams. So that was really exciting. I've always loved the NBA, so it was a really cool experience for me. Some of the games, though, being in sales, I was running around chicken with my head cut off half the game, trying to meet people and, have all my appointments for the day. So that was a little stressful. So I didn't always get to enjoy the games, but when I did, it was a really fun time. It was a good environment.
So working with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who would you say is your favorite person that you got a chance to meet?
I'm definitely going to go with Larry Nance Jr. just because I had a really good, experience with him. He's just a super nice guy. He's amazing. I actually had someone call in that their dad had cancer and he didn't have much time and was a really unfortunate situation for the family. And they called the sales department, and I don't even know if I was supposed to do this, but I was like, I'm going to help them. I don't care. So I got the family to come down courtside before the game, and I had asked some people. I was like, that was his favorite player, was Larry Nance Jr. And I was like, can we somehow get him to come, get an autograph and come say hey? So he actually did before the game. He came over, gave him an autograph. They got to take a picture with the whole family. And it was just such a special and amazing moment. And you could see that he just truly cared to make this guy's day. He didn't do it for any selfish intentions or anything. It was just out of the kindness of his heart that this was just going to make this family's life. And I remember after the man had ended up passing away, and the wife, she reached out to me and she was just like, I just want to say thank you again. This is something our family will always remember and always appreciate. And so that just really, as a player and an athlete, for him to do that and take time out of his warm-ups and stuff to come over and just really mean something to someone was awesome to me. So that really goes a long way.
Like you said, you went to Italy, you're at Cleveland, now you're right back in Florida. So talk about how that whole swing of thing came up to for you.
Yeah. So I kind of came back jobless, and I was I just kind of left the Cavs, and we left on a good note. I just told him, I was like, hey, this isn't really for me. I just kind of want to get back home to my family type thing. So I came back and I just started applying. My sister actually works for the same place called PwC. And she was like, apply, I'll refer you, whatever. So we did that, and I got in as a contractor initially. So I was there for 6 months or so as a contractor, and then I finally got hired full time. But I love it. Our company is just amazing. I get to work from home. It's just, I don't know, the pay is better. Everything is just, it's just way more work. We focus so much on work-life balance and, positivity and change and upscaling and everything. It's just very a forward, moving company, and I really enjoy it. So that's definitely, I could see myself being here for quite a while with them. So.
And that's always great to have because if you have something that you'd love to do, it's not even considered a job. And I just hearing you, just seeing everything, it seems like that you're really enjoying your time down there with that. What would you say is your favorite moment of that?
I think just coming to my new team that I'm on now, I just got over, I'm on the deployment team still, but I'm on the advisory side. And just my new team is small and close knit, and just looking forward to even our weekly calls with each other are just like fun, and we're always so excited to see each other because it's like we used to go in the office every now and then, and now obviously because of Corona we're home. So I just think that my favorite moments are just being on those calls with them and having those connections and being on a team that like we all genuinely care about each other and want to see each other like succeed, and it just feels like a good like family environment. So and like not a specific moment, but that's just something every week. It's just they're always there, and it's like really nice to be even in a work environment still have that like team feeling that I'm used to.
Let's go back to when you played at NCCU. Let's talk about what would be your favorite moments on the field of play at NCCU.
Oh, there's so many. Tournament was just completely. I mean, you can't even compare to some of the games. Just tournament was just out of this world. We lost our first game, and we were like, dang. First of all, we were just happy to even make it to tournament was just part one. So just the excitement of being there was amazing. And, knowing some of our seniors, like I'd never pitched in a tournament, even at NC State. Like we'd been to tournament a couple times, but I never got to pitch in a conference tournament. So, being there was awesome initially. And then to lose the first game, we were kind of like, it's going to be tough now. And then to come out and just win 3 in a row and we were just playing, we were just excited. That's probably some of the best softball of my life was just being there on the field with my team we were so appreciative to be there. Like, it was just so nice to be on a team that really we wanted to win. We had that same genuine goal. Like some teams, and I know that sounds like, everyone wants to win. Some teams play for themselves, and some teams just, if I had a good day, I don't care. But Central, I didn't feel that. I felt like it was always, if we all won, we were all happy no matter who. Someone could struck out 6 times, and they were still happy that we won. So it was just, being at tournament was just awesome.
April 21st, 2018, you had a no-hitter against South Carolina State. Can you remember anything about that game, how locked in you were? Did you what inning would you say that you was like, oh, I can actually get it? Or was it until like the end of the game when you realized that you had a no-hitter?
That game specifically I remember because, so just side story to this, my dad was my catcher my whole life. He's pretty much my inspiration to keep playing. He was just like, he's been my everything, my best friend through all of it, softball. So when I played again at Central, he was probably the happiest person ever. So that game, he actually drove up from Florida, and it was about 7-8 hours. And he drove up for the weekend because he's like, I'm coming to watch you play. I'm not missing a game. And so I was so happy he was there. I was like, yes, my dad's coming, whatever. And so when I threw the no-hitter, I was thinking about him the whole time. I'm like, this no-hitter's for him. Like, he came here. I'm going to throw him a no-hitter. So you try, as a pitcher, when you have a no-hitter going, like in the back of your head, you're always like, no-hitter, like can't talk about it. So if someone says it, it's bad luck and you're going to get, So I definitely knew the whole game, but I think inning 5, 6, I was feeling good. I was like, I got this. Like, just trying to stay confident, stay positive, and just take it one pitch at a time. That was always my biggest thing. Like, I knew I had the no-hitter, but I was also like, I have to focus in on every pitch or, the game is bigger than just my no-hitter. So that was definitely where I was at headspace-wise. And that's what me and Claire and Lauren, we would always say. We would always be like, all right, just like focus on the next pitch. Like, one pitch at a time, one out at a time, rather than thinking of the whole bigger picture. So.
And that was great. And I have another game too. March 10th, 2018, you were 1 strikeout shy of tying the 7-inning Division I record against Eastern Shore. Yep. 20 strikeouts out of, 21 potential batters?
Yep.
Talk to us about that game because, man, you were locked in. You were locked in like that. So can you talk to us a little bit more about that performance?
Yeah, I could tell from the first inning, and I think I even told Coach Tarvin, I was like, Coach Tarvin, like, I'm feeling it today or something like goofy like me. But I could tell from the beginning of the game, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good game because they were really aggressive hitters, and I love pitching to aggressive hitters because the zone just widened up by, 6-7 inches, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. So, just going at every batter, like, you know what, I'm going to throw them a ball 6 feet outside, and they're going to swing. So it was just, keeping that aggressive approach when they were aggressive back. So I could tell that it was going to be a good game. But I remember, I think the girl hit a ground ball to ground out, and I was like, no, I was so sad. Because I had always wanted to get 21 strikeouts. I thought it would be, the coolest thing ever. But I was really just happy we won, happy, we were at tournament. Because I think the rest of that tournament pretty much got canceled because of rain. So it was nice that we got to play at all. So.
And if you fall short 1 strikeout out of 21 batters, hey, I take that any day of the week. I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. It was because I remember that week they had like put in for me to get like I don't know, National Player of the Week or one of those things. And I think the girl for UCLA, that's the day she had 21 strikeouts or one of those girls. And I remember I was like, dang, she got it. She did it.
that was going to be me up there.
Yeah. So, but it was so exciting. Super awesome.
That's still good, still good. So now that you're, like I said, you're an alum at NCCU, what are some of the things that you miss about the Nest?
I just miss my teammates so much. Like I still talk to them. We have a group chat with some of them, and I miss them so much. Those were my girls. Like the bonds we made in like just a year, because I was only there for a year, was just amazing. Like I said, they were just genuine good people that just, were happy to be on the softball field. And, at NC State, I'm not going to bash anything about it, but I didn't have the same family feel there, and that's kind of why I didn't want to play anymore. So, just being in that family environment again at Central and experiencing that was awesome. I miss, Coach Johnson and Coach Tarvin and Coach Nate and everybody, and it's just the whole feel of being able to lace up my cleats and play for a school and represent Central was just definitely some of the big stuff that I miss. The football games were fun, basketball games, like just the whole feel of just being a student athlete again. I just miss all that. So,
what does being an alum of NCCU mean to you?
To me, it's really important, especially with everything going on in the world. Going to an HBCU and, getting to be in a diverse environment and everything, it was just an awesome experience. And that's something that some people never get to see or never be a part of. And I think that's a huge thing that's going on with everything going on in the world. I think a big part of that is just learning to understand each other, learning, where we come from, and like accepting our differences and embracing them and wanting to be a part of them and wanting to learn about each other's cultures. And I feel like I got to experience that at Central, and that's something that, I get to take with me for the rest of my life. So that's something that's really important to me as an alumni. Like, I'm happy to represent that I went to an HBCU, and I'm happy that I went to North Carolina Central. Like, it's just an awesome feeling,
Great. And so if you had to tell a few things to a young student athlete at NCCU, what would they be?
But just really enjoy it. Like, the time goes fast. And I know everyone says that when you're a freshman, you're like, I'll be here forever. No, you won't. But just definitely focus on your sport. Like, have your fun and do what you need to do. Off the field, go enjoy yourself. Have all that college experience, but also really focus on your sport. Do the little things. Stretch at night, ice your arm. I wish someone would have told me to, from day one of softball, ice your arm for the rest of your life every hour. So it will last. But on a serious note, though, just like there's like little things that I did a lot of extra work, but I wish I would have even put in even more. Like, dang, I would have put in even more. We would have beat FAM in that, semifinal game. So it's just the little things, but just appreciate the time with your teammates and your coaches. Listen to your coaches, even when you don't agree.
Well, with the softball program, pushing things, they just beat a few years seasons ago. They defeated UNC in a huge upset. Talk to us about that, again, being an alum of, especially of that softball program, to see, and again, a lot of your former teammates were on that team. So talk to us about, seeing that NCCU defeated UNC in that major upset.
Yeah, I was so excited, man. Me and some of my other teammates were texting during the game. We're like, they're going to do it. They're going to win. They're going to win. And we were just like so happy for them, and just, the joy on their faces in those pictures and even some of the videos. I'm just like, that's a win for everybody. That's just alumni, future athletes, because that's building the program. That's something that, they're going to take forever. And as an alumni for us, that's like, we did our job. We built the program for them to be able to even be on the field with UNC, because, Central a couple of years back when we played Central my freshman year, it was a little bit of a blowout. And it's like, just to see where Coach Johnson and Tarvin and all of us have, built the program to, it's so much bigger than just them beating UNC. It was like, wow, this is such an awesome feeling, because this is for everybody, and I'm just so glad that happened for them and for all of us. So that was an awesome feeling for everybody.
And, in that game, the pitcher, Kiara Hurley, she completed the complete game, got the victory. Talk to us a little bit about her pitching style and some of the things that you see that she does pretty well.
Yeah, Kiara's awesome. She has really good control. I think she keeps her head, which is what I really like. Pitching is a lot about the mental side of things, and I think she does a really good job on the mound of, keeping her head even when, things might not be going her way. But that girl can spin the ball. Watching some of her spins, I'm like, that's awesome, because I was the same way. I wasn't really an overpowering pitcher. I was focused more on spin, and I think she does the same thing, especially being a lefty. She has that strong advantage there. So, and I just think anybody that's working under Coach Tarvin is the best pitching coach I've ever had in my life. Hands down, I don't care. I will preach that to anybody for her. She's just an awesome lady in every way. So, I give a lot of credit for both me and Kiara's success to Coach Tarvin for sure.
So like you said, you started your master's here at NCCU. So what would you say to someone who's considering NCCU for higher education?
Yeah, definitely. The program's awesome. The professors are awesome, and it's a smaller, like you're going to be in smaller class sizes, probably as most masters would be. But in athletic administration, the professors are so attentive to you. They want to know, like, they want to help you get to the next level. They want to help you get jobs. They want to help you get hired, and they're just super supportive in every way. Even with softball, like they knew I played softball, and they just made sure that I was doing what I needed to do to be on the field, and I didn't miss anything. So definitely would choose Central any day of the week. I wish I went there for my undergrad all 4 years. I say that all the time to my parents.
With this whole quarantine situation, I got a few questions to ask you with that. What has been your favorite snack during this quarantine?
Everything. Oh my gosh. So I ate like a whole bag of Twizzlers yesterday. I'm not proud of it, but so so when I first went in quarantine, I was like, oh, I get to eat everything. We went grocery shopping. We bought a bunch of snacks. We had cake in the house. We had Cheez-Its. We had everything. And I was like, oh my God. So then I went on a little keto diet for a little bit because I was like, no, I got to stay. Can't do this. So, I work out every day, but I was like, I can't eat like this. So I went a little healthy for a while, but now I'm kind of back on, a good mix of things. But I think Cheez-Its. I eat a lot of Cheez-Its. Those are definitely my go-to snack, besides the Twizzlers. But
that's the go-to right there. That's the go-to. So again, so we got your favorite snack out your way. What's the one thing that you learned about yourself during this whole quarantine stuff?
Yeah, I just learned that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to hang out with your family and not be on the move so much. Because I'm such a go type person. I like to travel. I like to be all over the place. I like to see my friends because it's hard. My friends are all over the country and even out of the country now. So I just learned that it's okay to be home and just appreciate this time with your family and, work on yourself. And I think I've definitely done that during this quarantine, working out, like small stuff, skincare, hair care, like stuff I never would have done or even thought of. So now I'm like, well, I'm bored. Let's do that. And so I just, those little things that I can take away from this quarantine for sure. Just appreciating every moment with your family and all of that. So,
when you're looking back at your time here at NCCU, are there anybody that you would like to thank?
Yes, for sure. Definitely my teammates, everybody that was on the roster that year, just awesome people, really good energy, positive people. All the athletic administrators, thank you guys for making this even happen for me to even be able to play at Central because it was very last minute. And but I want to thank Kevin, I can say his last name, Buchek.
Yeah, Kevin Buchek.
Yep, Kevin and Kyle for writing my articles and making sure that the MEAC was aware of the things I was doing, and Kyle for kind of, when I didn't get MEAC Pitcher of the Year, he kind of stood up for me on Twitter. I really appreciated that one. Definitely the coaching staff, Coach Johnson, amazing person, just amazing guy all around. Definitely helped me on and off the field. Coach Tarvin, love her. Just can't even say enough about her. Even Coach Lee, I know he's not there anymore, but as a strength coach, he really had me in shape. Oof, those 5 a.m. workouts, he got us.
Yeah.
Every workout at Central was tough, but we were definitely, our team was in shape. We were ready to go. So, and then one person I really want to thank is Mr. Tim. So, side story to this, when I came to a Central game my freshman year at NC State, and I was watching my friend who played for Savannah State. And me and Tim were talking in the stands. He's like, oh, where do you play? Whatever. And I was like, NC State. He's like, oh man, you went to the wrong school. We were just joking about it. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then when I ended up transferring there, I saw him in the hallway and he was like, look, you ended up coming here. And I was like, I know, isn't it crazy? So we had a really good relationship. He's a great guy also. And then, Ingrid, she's amazing. Everything she does for Central Athletics, keep doing, keep pushing the athletes and making us known, put us on the map, keep us on the map. It's just awesome. I don't think I forgot anybody, but just everyone that's part of Central Athletics is just amazing and made the whole show run. So, for sure.
Awesome. So if you had to give 3 words to describe your time at NCCU, what would those 3 words be?
Family, for sure. Definitely family environment. winning. I think Central's winners, you know, Central wants to win, that they put pride in that. And the last word I would use is pride, actually, for sure. Everyone's proud to be an Eagle. You know, when they go there, you feel that. It's like, I'm an Eagle. No one's ashamed to say that. Like, it's just very prideful place to be, and it's exciting to be there. So those would be my 3 words.
Hey, that Eagle pride runs very deep over here in
Yes,
Central.
Eagle pride. People don't understand.
Yes, people do not understand. We are serious about our Eagle pride.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you want to tell the people watching this about yourself, or just anything else in general?
No, just stay positive, everyone, through quarantine. Keep working hard at your dreams and goals, even though this, you know, this could be a minor setback for people in some ways. Like for me, this might be a setback for potentially going to the Olympics, but keep working, you know, sports, athletes, anybody, your job, just keep working hard. This time it'll be worth it in the end. Just stay positive. So
Great. Well, Courtney, thanks again for joining us. That will wrap it up on this segment of Where Are They Now, where we interview former student athletes and see how they're doing post-NCCU. My name is Calvin Barnes from the NCCU Sports Network. Thanks for watching. And again, Eagle Pride, Amplified. Catch you on the next time, y'all.